So how are you all feeling? Are you as caffeinated as I am right now? I am so excited for this event. We've been working on this. So it's easy for you. Yeah, we've been working on this event for, since ZK Hack 4 wrapped up, I guess, back in February. Who's in Krakow for the first time? A lot of people. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, first time I visited was in January to actually scout for the event with Agni. And we found this space and we were just like floored. But even in January, Krakow was really, really cool. And you kind of wouldn't think so, like in the winter. But it was really such a vibrant city. And so we decided to set our next ZK Hack hackathon here. Oh, who's here in Krakow for the second time? Yeah. This person, me too. All right.
So, hi guys, by the way, I'm Gaylord. You probably heard of ZK Hack, of course, if you're here. So it's really a hub for ZK learning and building is how we try to pitch it in one word. We do many things. We're going to actually jump into that right after. But before we do this, we thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of give you the origin story, some words about how ZK Hack came to be.
Yeah, and I forgot to introduce myself as well. I'm Anna. I have this podcast called Zero Knowledge, and that's where the origin story for ZK Hack starts. The podcast started in 2017. And in 2019, I co-founded another company called ZKV, or ZK Validator, and we validate on proof-of-stake networks. We've recently changed our logo, so it looks like that now. But now they look a little too similar, so I'm going to change that to purple, yeah. But anyway, so in 2019, I started ZKV with my co-founders. And then in end of 2021, these two orgs decided to co-produce an online event called ZK Hack. And originally, it was just meant to be this one-time online event. But it was like there was a community that formed around this event. We had all these applied cryptographers and builders joining us. And so we decided to spin it out. And it's now its own company with a unique team, its unique channels. And you might know us for having produced these online events since 2021. Just back in January, we did ZK Hack Online 4. And we actually have another one planned for later this year. We also produced something called the ZK Whiteboard Sessions. I'm not sure if has anyone seen the whiteboard sessions, ZK Whiteboard Sessions? A couple of you, yeah. And since last year, since 2023, we've been hosting these IRL hackathons, and we are now at our third.
So yeah, these three reasons, these three events are probably one of the ways you guys actually discovered ZK Hack. I know that was my case through hackathons. Some people knew it through the whiteboard session. But there are actually many other projects that we are working on at ZK Hack. A lot of them, I would say, actually are based on Discord, and I just want, so as you can see, it's a whole universe by itself. I just wanted to focus for now on the study groups. So study groups are a great opportunity to learn about ZK with other people in a kind of an async fashion. So at the moment, we actually have two different study groups that are ongoing. The ZK Whiteboard study group, so based on the ZK Whiteboard sessions that we produce, so really going full circle here. We also have the MoonMath manual study group, the second cohort that's ongoing right now. And in case you missed the announcement on Discord, we will actually also have a new cohort for Thalabook that's going to start in the next few weeks. So I would say this one is the most advanced, but if some of you want really to reach out the expert level, well, don't miss that. Hop on the Discord and check it out. So yeah, the two main point of entry to interact with the ZK Hack projects are the website, so it looks like that. That's where you get the info about the upcoming events, ZK Hack Krakow in our case, but also where you can find all the resources that have been produced in the past, so the ZK Whiteboard session, etc. The Discord is probably the most important place you need to check out right now, because that's where the online action will happen during the whole weekend. So when we have like announcements, I want to update some informations, want to give you some info about the upcoming events, etc. That's where it will happen, and also that's where you can interact with the sponsors if you can't find them at the booth right there. We'll show the map after. So make sure you're on the Discord if you're not already. That's really important.
Yeah, and once you arrive on the Discord, just let us know that you're part of this event, because there's a secret channel that I think a lot of you are in. We have to actually enable that for you. So once you join, maybe in the introduce yourself section, just be like, I'm hacking, add me, and then we'll add you as well. Are most of you there? Like, can you put up your hands if you're already in the ZK Hack Krakow Discord?
Okay.
Okay, there are some people missing. We really, really, really want you to get over there, because that's how we're going to be communicating.
Yeah, who is not, actually.
Yeah, yeah. Kind of important. So we're leaving this up here for a moment. Please do join. You have to be first on the ZK Hack Discord itself, and then let us know and we can let you into the group. And we'll do it after this session. So we've had 2 hackathons. The first was ZK Hack Lisbon. Was anyone at ZK Hack Lisbon? Hands up. Just a couple, okay. Our second hackathon was ZK Hack Istanbul. Was anyone in Istanbul? Also just a couple? Okay, okay. Who is at both? All right, you guys, right now you're on the, yeah.
All the Lisbon people, actually. If you went to Lisbon, you went to Istanbul. Interesting.
And now you're here. Well, very cool. So now we're at our third hackathon, ZK Hack Krakow. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about this event. This is our third edition. It's a ZK-focused, in-person hackathon. It's unlike other hackathons in a lot of ways. It's a little bit more advanced or cutting edge, I feel. I was trying to think of this. I don't know if there are any other ZK-focused, like chain-agnostic hackathon series out there. Like, there are definitely ZK-focused hackathons, but they tend to be for one ecosystem. In our case, it really is open. We have sponsors and partners from all sorts of different ecosystems, and we're very, very open for you to use all of these multiple tools. Obviously, try to join them together if you can, but yeah. We've done our previous events in Lisbon and Istanbul, and so far we've had over 70 projects build at ZK Hack hackathons.
Yeah, I hope we reach 100 after this one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what you do here, so maybe most of you guys have been to hackathons before, maybe Web 2 hackathon, Web 3. So, of course, we're here to build something. That's kind of the point. So, yeah, you will build, try to do a prototype. If it's not fully fledged, maybe it's kind of the place where you do that. This is also where you meet other people that are really into ZK. Either you just started, you're curious about it, or you're an expert and actually want to share your knowledge. That's the best place to do that. And of course, the reason also for being here is to learn and experiment with the technology from our sponsors. So again, I'm repeating, it's very important. Please join the Discord. We will enable you, give you the Krakow role to go to the Krakow chat channel. Another place where you will get some information about the hackathon is DevFolio. So you already used this hackathon platform to submit your application, and you got accepted. Congrats. That's also where you will have all the information about the prizes and also a bit of the schedule. So that's a link to the dashboard. Feel free to go there and check it out. You can also get to it from the email that you received.
A little bit about this venue. As I mentioned, I was here in January scouting with Agni, and we found this. This is a refurbished vodka factory. It's very new, but they've done this renovation in a beautiful way. We have this wonderful space, and I don't know if you've already explored, but upstairs there's cafes, there's a gym actually that you can get access to. I think you have to pay a very small amount. If you're staying in the hotel here, you already get it. I thought that was kind of unusual to have a hackathon with a gym in it, but we thought we'd try it out. Also, you may have noticed some of our swag includes vodka shot glasses, and that is why we're in Poland, we're in a vodka factory. We thought we might as well, lean into it. A few house rules. There's no smoking on the premise, but as you've seen, there's sort of this like area outside where you can sit down. So if you go out there, you can smoke, but not in here. This venue is open until, like tonight, it's open until 11. What we've learned at previous hackathons is that the Friday night, there were almost no hackers trying to hack overnight, but the Saturday night, a lot of people wanted to stay overnight. So tonight it's not open overnight, but tomorrow, Saturday, will be. So it's open from Saturday morning at 8, I think, all the way until Sunday after the event. Just try to remember, if you are doing that overnight, to keep the venue clean. And what that really would mean is, like, if you're bringing dishes or glasses or garbage into any of the rooms, just remember to bring those out to sort of the center part so that the cleanup crew can find them.
Yeah, for hackers, so again, we will go through the exact schedule right after, but the workshops start today, right after this introduction session from 3:30. And at every single break that we'll have during this day today, also after dinner, that will be your opportunity to actually meet other hackers and find a team, find also ideas to hack on with other participants. And that's why we have a team formation corner that's just right outside on the left from here. On Saturday, after the workshops, you start working on your project, and you might face some challenges with the tech from our sponsors, and that's why we will have office hours. So these are dedicated time slots, 1 hour, in dedicated room that are in the back, where you can exchange with the sponsors, maybe show them some bugs that you found, and maybe just having issue to understand a bit their documentation or stuff like that. So yeah, please make sure you check out when these office hours are, because that's really your best chance to get answers to your many questions that I'm sure you will have.
We also have this time an expert corner. So we don't have any official mentors for this hackathon, but there are people here who aren't hacking and have expertise. And so there's this really cool kind of like loungy area right off the center part. You'll see it, there's a sign. But our idea with that was, if you are one of those people who is not hacking but have some expertise, hang out in the expert corner. People might come over and ask you for help. And if you are stuck on something and don't know who to talk to, if either like the sponsors here won't be able to help you, or you don't know where the sponsor is, head over to the expert corner, because we're going to have someone on site to help you find and track down that person. It's not a guarantee. There might be some obscure tech stack you're using, and we don't have anyone on site, but we're going to do our best to try to connect sort of experts with some of the hackers. We also had, so I think this is the second time we're doing this, but in Istanbul, we had a workshop where we had like a lamp making workshop. I don't know if anyone remembers that, but it was really nice to take a break from the hacking and do something very different. So this time around, we again have a creative workshop happening tomorrow, Saturday at 4, I think?
Yes.
Yep. But we only have 30 spots. So if you're really into that, if you want to take advantage, please sign up at the reception already. And I made this little map today. This is not professional in any way. But where we are right now is the main stage. Where you kind of entered was the catering hangout area. You can see that there's these 3 hacker rooms. And our idea is that most of the hacking should probably happen in those hacking rooms. But if they're full, or you kind of want to get a little bit away, there's also a really large ballroom over here. We think of that as kind of a place where we're going to have meals, but if the hacker rooms are full, you're totally welcome to work in the ballroom as well. Just be aware that during mealtime, that will be filled with people eating. We have our catering in the middle. I mean, this venue, it's not small, but it's quite compact. Like the minute you go out and explore everywhere, you'll know where everything is. We're going to have office hour rooms, we have a workshop room, we have a chill out room, and we have an expert room as well. You also have probably seen the sponsor area, the team formation. Something I think I forgot to mention is we're going to have some games tomorrow as well to play with, so yeah. Oh, and the bathrooms are a little bit hard to find. They're up in the corner next to the large staircase. So if you have any trouble, that's where they are. This is the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. The Wi-Fi is good here. I know some people had some issues with the Wi-Fi. This one seems legit.
Yeah, maybe we'll leave it up for a minute if you guys want to grab a picture.
Yeah, you also have signs on the table, if maybe not all of them, but yeah, don't stress out too much. The Wi-Fi password can be found easily in the venue.
This is the general timeline for the event. We're currently in the start. We're going to be doing our top sponsor workshops today. Then the kickoff is at 6, and then we have a dinner. On Saturday, you hack. There's office hours, as mentioned, lunch and dinner. And then on Sunday, the project submission deadline is noon, 12. We're going to have lunch, judging, and then prizes, and an after party. Yeah. Yeah, so this is a schedule for specifically for today. We're currently in the intro to ZK Hack Kraków. I just want to point out, though, those breaks at 4:30 and 6. That's the time when, if you're looking for a team, head over to the team formation area. And I don't think I have anything else here.
Time to thank the team. So Agnieszka, thank you. You can always thank her. That's why we're here, and that's why we have this amazing place. Yes, thank you. Thanks to the team, so Anna, of course, also Natalia, DC Builder, and Hania, and all the volunteers really that are helping. You can identify them with the orange shirt, sorry. And yeah, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them. They will know who to point you to.
Yeah. So now we wanted to come up, for this intro, we wanted to talk a little bit about the themes of this hackathon. The starting point is actually just general ZK themes. So ZK, like this is a little bit like in order of time. So
yeah,
the
ZK
first
history.
Yeah, sort of a little bit of ZK history. The first, when zero knowledge first became practical, the first types of things that people used it for tended to be privacy protocols. Then we had the scaling, ZK for scaling with the ZK rollups. We saw ZK for compression or ZK for light clients with ZK bridges. We had ZK ID quite early as a tangible use case. And then last year we started to see kind of new use case ideas or new applications for ZK. So the concept of the ZK coprocessor. There's now prover marketplaces, ZK VMs, ZK ML, ZK oracles. And then we didn't really know how to place the other ones, so we just call them ZK infra. There's lots of experiments there. For our hackathon, though, we're going to narrow it down to, like, what we wanted to do is basically share with you how our partners kind of fit into the themes. You are welcome to build on any of those themes that I just mentioned here. Like, if you want to go in any of these directions, play with these tools, feel free. But in our case, we have some great partners, and we want to just share roughly where they live in this landscape.
So one of the first kind of theme is the ZK rollups. So we have as community sponsors ZK Sync and Scroll. So they are like EVM compatible rollups, layer 2. We also have as a base sponsor Polygon, again with ZK EVM, but they will also accept, they have different bounties about improving their products and protocols. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Mostly speaking, it's like, EVM environment. So if you have like Solidity knowledge, that's typically something you want to look into. Privacy with the ZK rollup is not by default. So even, the ZK name might be confusing for that. But you can also play with it, of course, to build privacy-related applications. So in terms of tech stack, if you know Solidity, you've played a bit with also Circom or Noir, which can speed out Solidity verifier. That's something you will definitely look into.
Next up, we have a platform team. So this is, or teams rather, it's Mina and O1 Labs. So here you have an L1 with a unique execution environment. Again, actually, I think you were going to say this part. Privacy is possible. You go ahead.
Yeah, possible, but not by default. I mean, for Mina, it's a bit different in that you actually generate a proof on the client side, and then you put it on chain, basically. And in terms of tech stack, it's actually also quite interesting in that O1.js is a TypeScript library, so if you have experience with JavaScript or TypeScript, that's also something that's very interesting to look into, to play with ZK without necessarily having a lot of ZK knowledge.
We have a few projects that are focused on privacy. We want to especially highlight Aleph Zero, one of our top sponsors, who one could also consider a platform, but we felt like privacy was kind of its distinguishing characteristic, so this is where it is. In the case of Aleph Zero, you have built-in privacy using zero knowledge. They are a smart contract platform, so you can deploy on there, and they've been championing the selective disclosure idea. We have a few other sponsors, Phoenix and Fairmath, who are actually not ZK. This is the first time that we have non-ZK partners, but they're FHE, or working in related advanced cryptography, also focused on privacy. There's lots of like ZK plus FHE or ZK plus MPC, and maybe even FHE and MPC might be kind of the same thing, depending on who you talk to. But yeah, there's lots of ways to combine it, and so we wanted to group these partners a little bit under the privacy umbrella.
So next, yeah, we're back to this a bit more recent trend, I guess, related to all the ZK supply chain, proof supply chain as it's called sometimes. So kind of helping optimizing the proof generation and the proof verification. So typically today and over the weekend at ZK Hack Kraków, we have Givelot. That's a proven network and for proving layer, so to speak. We also have Hele, a verification layer. So in a way, they are a bit complementary. And incidentally, yesterday, I think, they announced on Twitter a collab between them. So there's definitely something to explore. Please go talk to them if you have any ideas of how to use them in your application ID. Yes. We also have as base sponsor Avail, so DA solution mostly. They also do liquid staking. Yeah, it's ZK in the sense that it's powered by KZG, maybe compared to Celestia. On the also kind of infra-related side, we have Nethermind Research. So they cover kind of a wide scope of applications that are, for most of them, related to infrastructure. And in all cases, they work a lot with ZK for the succinctness property and for scalability reason. But definitely a lot worth exploring in there. So again, you're invited to go and talk to them to learn a bit more about what they do and maybe hack with them over the weekend.
And we also have Snarkify, one of our community sponsors, in that umbrella. We also have a few teams that are more on the application front. So in terms of ZK applications, there is somewhat a developed space around ID solutions, or ZK and DeFi or DEXs. And so we have ZK Lighter, WorldCoin, and we're putting Polygon again in here because they have the ZK ID, like the Polygon ID. Yeah, and these teams might be interesting if you're building or thinking about an application. These are teams that are using a lot of the existing tools, so they might be able to point you in the right direction. So this is our theme again. Yeah, so have a think about this. I mean, obviously, you're going to spend some time, we're actually, later on even in this presentation, we're going to share some more like tangible use cases, but there are a lot of tools, a lot of teams here to talk to learn from, and so I hope you'll get a chance to reach out to them. Yeah. So
before we kind of wrap up this very mini intro to ZK. I just wanted to put together the ZK tech stack, so to speak, the languages that you can use to build your ZK application and that you might be using over the weekend. So first, we wanted to highlight O1.js. So that's the TypeScript library that I was mentioning earlier, developed by O1 Labs. So that's, again, a good candidate if you have some TypeScript or JavaScript knowledge. Then you have quite a few ZK DSLs, domain-specific languages, starting with Circom, developed by a Polygon team. Then Noir, Leo, Cairo, Luck, also other, so mostly Rusty, but also Lisp for Luck-ish languages and DSLs. And last but not least, you can also use, well, Solidity, Rust, and Ink to actually build your ZK-related application. And yeah, incidentally, Solidity, Rust, and Ink are pretty much the tech stack for Aleph Zero, one of our top sponsors. So if you know these, well, you might be interested in checking Aleph Zero. This is the Venn diagram that I often refer to, because for me, that's kind of the way to approach ZK Hack Hackathon as a hacker. So typically, you would have two paths that you can follow to brainstorm. One is more the application path. So that's why you're going to try and do a prototype, a proof of concept of an application related to voting, to ID, to maybe a game, a bit more like usable and tangible products. The other path, the other track is more like applied cryptography. So in most cases, the languages are not mature, to say the least. And we're always interested in adding some components, filling the gaps in the technology here. So that could be, implementing a new signature, implementing a new hashing function in the specific DSLs. So that requires, of course, a bit more knowledge on the cryptography side, but that's still a very big engineering feature to work on this, and that's an interesting project to cover over the weekend.
Also, we're not mentioning prizes in this session, but our prizes and the bounties do kind of span both of these categories. So, yeah, I think later on today when we do our announcement, just keep your eye out for that as well, to see kind of where you want to direct your work.
Or you can do both together, actually. The middle of the Venn diagram is also great. It's actually the best. So yeah, you can try and fit this small area, because that's where you can have very interesting results as well. And this is a hackathon. So hackathons are not really a real product. So yeah, actually shout out to Dapadan. I don't think he's here, but he keeps popping up in my Twitter timeline. And I thought it was really a great way to describe the hackathon. So we're here to build something and do cool stuff, but it's also here where we face challenges with the technology. We will face bugs. That happens all the time. Sometimes the documentation is not quite clear and we have questions, and that's why we do this in person. You can go to the teams, exchange with them, face the challenges together, and yeah, really, that's why we're here. So this is fun, this is hard, but this is a hackathon. Yeah. This is ZK Hack.
We did notice that a few people applied who didn't have very much hackathon experience, and we do want to let you know that you have decided to start your hackathon journey with a very difficult hackathon. Be aware. But what's nice about this is you're also on the cutting edge. Like, the teams that are building these tools, they're here. And those tools are built, but you can actually contribute. You could affect, you could help to direct and make them better today. If you have done a lot of more Web 2 hackathons, you will also find this different. Just the paradigms are different, but we hope you'll, come along with us, learn with us, and just, talk to everyone here so you can get on board. Here are a few of the ideas that have been explored in previous hackathons. There's way more than this, but we just wanted to put a few up here. And we wanted to take a photo of the team formation corner just to remind you that during the breaks, it would be a really good chance for you to meet your teams. There is no full break after this. We're going to launch, I think we're going to take a very short pause.
Yeah, just 1 minute.
Then we're coming back. But there's a break right after the next workshop. And so you might want to check it out. You might want to head over there then. We're also going to be directing people there after the kickoff. So if you don't find a team before the kickoff, don't worry. There's more time. So yeah, I guess, should we take our quick pause?
Yeah, we can maybe take a couple minutes pause just for Aleph Zero. I think I saw Adam somewhere, to come on stage and start the prep to being ready for the next one. Again, 2 workshops coming. Kickoff session at 6:30. That's where we want to have all of you. And that's when the hacking starts. So keep that in mind. Enjoy the workshops. Just take a quick break now, and then we'll go with Aleph Zero workshop.
And maybe let's say this, because a few people were asking about when does the hackathon start officially? So what we would really like this part of the day to be about is meeting people. Maybe you can start brainstorming ideas. You can learn. You can do a little bit of setup. But the real kickoff is at the kickoff at 6:30 or just after. So
Git push at 6:30, I guess.
Keep that in mind. I know a bunch of folks were asking. We hope you'll enjoy these workshops and get to know everyone here. And that's a wrap.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.